My name is Mary. I grew up in a home where expectations were everything. My dad was a strict, no nonsense man who believed in hard work and success at all costs. My mom was softer, always trying to balance things between us, but she always stood by my dad's rules. And then there was my sister, Esther, the golden child. Esther was the perfect daughter, brilliant, well mannered, and hardworking. She won awards, got straight A's, and made Dad proud. But me, I was different. I loved art, but in my dad's eyes, those things didn't matter. What kind of future do you have with painting? He would say. Every single day, I was reminded that I wasn't like Esther, and that was a problem. That made me to hate Esther. The more she succeeded, the angrier I became. How I wish Esther was never existing, because for most of my life, I felt like I was living in my sister's shadow. And my dad, oh, he adored her. Dad always wanted me to be just like Esther. He made me take extra lessons, practice speeches, and study late into the night. But no matter how hard I tried, I was never as good as her. My heart wasn't in it. The truth, I loved art. Drawing was the one thing that made me feel alive. But in my house, drawing won't get you anywhere in life. So I kept it a secret, sketching in my notebooks when no one was watching. One day, Dad found my sketches. He looked at them, then at me, and without a word, he tore them up. Enough of this nonsense. Focus on something that matters. My heart shattered. I wept throughout the night. I refused to go to school the next morning and pretended to be very sick. This I kept on for more than a week. When I got tired of the pretense, I decided to move away from home. One night, I packed a small bag and left. I was tired of feeling like I wasn't enough. I wanted to go somewhere I'd be accepted. I found shelter with a group of kids who didn't care about rules. Here, we do what we want, they said. At first, it felt freeing. No lectures, no expectations, just fun. Or so I thought. I stayed with my new-found friends for about a month, though it was fun at first, but it turned scary as the days goes. I did not hear from my parents, neither heard any news about me being declared missing. Maybe that is done with me. At least they have their perfect daughter Esther. But instead of enjoying my freedom, I became so sad. We got into one trouble or the other. Going home was not an option because I know I will not be welcome. Maybe mom, not with dad. One night, the group took things too far. They wanted to break into a shop just for fun. My heart pounded. This wasn't me. But when I refused, they turned on me. I had nowhere else to go, so I did something drastic. I went to the police. I told them my parents were too strict, that they never let me be myself. And you know what? The police actually called my mom. Mom looked at me, not with anger, but with tears. Mary, we never wanted to hurt you. We just didn't know how to support you. That hit me hard. I had blamed them, but maybe they were just scared for me too. The police told me to go home and talk things through. Dad was silent when I walked in. Then he did something I never expected. He placed a brand new sketchbook in front of me. If you love art, prove to me that it's worth something. From that day, I worked harder than ever. I took online art classes, joined competitions, and kept drawing. Not to prove anything to Dad, but for myself. Years later, I held my first art exhibition. Dad stood in the crowd looking around at my work. For the first time in my life, he didn't compare me to Esther. He looked at me and said, "I'm proud of you." I now realize that Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 to 6 was right all along. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. So if you ever feel like you don't fit in, remember, you are made to shine in your own way. Trust God, work hard, and never let anyone tell you your dreams don't matter